What's up, y'all? Hope everybody's doing alright. Man, got some good news to report. For those who've been on my channel, been following this journey of mine, you guys already know that I tore my Achilles and I've been recovering. This is actually week 5 of my natural recovery. By natural recovery, I simply mean that no surgery was needed. After speaking to my primary physician, he explained to me that, hey, the time frame for a surgically repaired Achilles versus a non-surgically repaired Achilles, based on some recent research, is just about the same thing. So he was like, surgery these days are a preference for these types of injuries. So obviously I decided not to go through the surgery route, so I decided to do a natural recovery. But yeah, it's 5 weeks. In my last video, I talked about hitting the 5-week mark, but clearly I was off by 1 week. I tore my Achilles on December 22nd, and it's now January 28th or 27th. So I'm just now at the 5-week mark. So, but yeah, it's been a beautiful journey so far. I am still in the boot. Nothing has changed there. So pretty much what we're gonna do from here, how he explained it to me, is we're transitioning to like that physical therapy stage. And now what he wants me to do when I'm sitting on my couch just like this is to take the boot off and start working on my upper leg muscles. I still got the boot on, my upper leg muscles, and I could do that by bringing my foot up and down to the neutral position and not necessarily extending it towards my knee, but more so keeping it at just about a 30 degree angle, bringing up to neutral, and just transitioning for these from these positions. So that's what he wants me to work on my downtime, just to kind of get those muscles firing. But outside of that, it is connected. I'm actually post a video of me in the doctor's office, and he was actually pressing on my calf, where at the top of my feet you'll see like almost like a knee-jerk reaction, which is the sign of a true connection. And I'll also post an image of the connection in itself. There's still a slight piece of space, but for the most part, the tissue, but there is scar tissue there, is how he described it. So there is a connection. So it's pretty cool. So from here, outside of just the physical therapy and at-home exercises, I'll be seeing him on a weekly basis, going into the office, and luckily he has like physical therapy stuff there in his office, so we're gonna be doing everything in real time. I'm also on wedges. I'm on 3 wedges, which has my my heel elevated about 2.5-3 inches. So with each weekly visit, what he's gonna do is he's gonna take 1 wedge off until my feet is sitting in the boot completely flat, which should put me at like a 3 to 4 week mark from here. And from there, if everything is still good, I'll be able to start walking in the boot, and that's probably going to be another 3-week process. But I'm just super excited for the progress here. I'm still praying for no setbacks. I've learned to be patient in this season. The biggest thing is just wanting to get away from the scooter, because right now I'm in a knee scooter when I'm around the house, and I'm on crutches when I'm having to leave, since my knee scooter doesn't fit in my coupe. So that's pretty much where we're at. But it's amazing for people who haven't been tuning into the YouTube channel. A little backstory: I tore my Achilles playing basketball. I was actually I took a 3-point shot, missed it, and as soon as, it's one of those things where as soon as it left your hand, It felt off, so I took a shot and I immediately darted at the basket for the rebound. And the moment I planted heading towards the basket, I felt an explosion. And yeah, I didn't know right then and there what it was. First thing I felt was a feeling like somebody threw something at me. So naturally, since I was already on a basketball court, I looked back just to see if a ball rolled or if somebody threw a basketball at me. But nope, no one threw anything at me. So, matter of fact, no one was even behind me. So at that point, I knew something was wrong, and I immediately said, "Damn, I think I tore my Achilles." Luckily, I knew a guy who actually tore his Achilles. So while I was still on the ground, I had one of my boys who I was playing ball with. I had him grab my phone out of my gym bag and I gave him a call. This was like at 6 a.m. I usually get an early morning workout in. So I gave my guy a call and I asked him, "Hey, what happened when you tore your Achilles? Walk me through it." It was so random. He was like, "Everything good?" I was like, "Bro, just walk me through what happened when you tore your Achilles, what you felt, whatever the case may be." He was my guy. He was on the track team, University of Miami track team. He said he was at practice one day. He's just, down in the block, practicing on explosion work. And he said as soon as he pushed off the block, he felt a pop. And he said, "I thought somebody threw like a tennis ball or a basketball at me." So when I looked back, no one was behind me. And that's when he knew. And I was like, "Damn, you literally described exactly how I felt." So while I was still on the ground, luckily this guy is now my friend. He's now a physical therapist. Not a physical therapist, he's now a personal trainer. So with him doing personal training, I guess he kind of crosses in the line of physical therapy, just kind of help people get in shape and also kind of bounce back from, different setbacks, whether that be injuries or whatever the case may be. He was telling me, he said, "Hey, try to push down on your foot as if you're pressing your gas pedal. Let me know if you can do that or how does that feel?" And couldn't do it. And he was like, "Yeah, you may have torn your Achilles." And I was like, damn. But what's crazy is I actually made peace with it on the court. The moment that he told me or he explained his story, I'm like, yeah, I definitely tore my Achilles. So I kind of made peace with it. And what I mean by I made peace with it is, I kind of accepted for what I accepted for what it was. I didn't get emotional about it. I've gone through a recovery journey before. This same leg, when I was in the summer of my 8th grade year, I broke, my leg broke actually, playing kickball. My ankle broke, not my leg, but my ankle broke playing kickball. Every time I tell people that story, they be like, "Kickball? Like, did you kick the ball too hard? Like, how do you break your ankle playing kickball?" No, that's not what happened. Obviously it's like summer. It's you're going into your preteens or in your teenage years, so it's like a lot of you out here want to impress your crush. Your crush. So I stepped onto the plate while we were playing kickball. The pitcher or the roller, whatever they're calling them, he rolls the ball to me. I kicked it as hard as I could with my right foot, and I'm running to first base. And in running to first base, the ball bounces off the ground once. Guy sitting at shortstop catches it and is running towards me at first base to tag me out. And we meet at first base at just around the same time. I do one leap with my left foot planting on the base, and he's diving simultaneously. So right when I planted, he dove and hit my foot. So my whole body and my whole force landed on the plate, and he essentially took my foot from underneath me. So my foot went and being in a regular position to me now rolling on the ground after the collision and looking down at my foot, and I was able literally to see the bottom of my shoe. Like my ankle was in a 90-degree angle. And my immediate reaction for some reason was to bring it back into place while I was rolling on the ground. And that was the worst pain I have ever been in my life. I don't know why I tried to push it back into place, but that's how I broke my ankle. Pretty excruciating, but it is what it is. But yeah, so yeah, I've been through this recovery process before, so this is like not new. Obviously, this time frame is much different. I remember when I broke my ankle, I believe it was like a 8 to 10, maybe 12-week process. Maybe closer to 10-week process. Whereas this is a 9 to 1 year full recovery injury. By month 4, I'll probably be out of the boot and actually walking, but obviously I have to work on getting my strength back. I have to work on, my lateral movement slowly but surely. I have to work on, my form walking. So there's little things that I have to work on before I get to full recovery. So, this is just much different as far as timetable for recovery. Nonetheless, we're strong and we're gonna make it happen. So that's my week 5 update. I've been intentional about documenting this journey. One of the main reasons is because when I was able to first settle down after getting in with my primary care that day and doing the x-ray and then eventually the ultrasound to confirm that it was an Achilles tear. One thing about that day is, obviously I went into all kind of Google search engines just trying to find information about Achilles tears and the time frame for it, and nothing seemed consistent. And while I made the decision at the doctor's office to go the natural route, I still wasn't sold on that. I was really going based on my primary care's advice, or not advice, but his feedback, because he didn't necessarily give me advice. He just kind of reiterated that based on literature in the medical world, it's the same time frame for recovery. But I wasn't sold on a natural recovery. I was still thinking about doing surgery. So I was just kind of like doing my own Google searches, and I didn't see much about neither. The timetable varied. I read some reviews where it was like 3 to 4 months, 3 to 5 months. I read some like a year. I read some 10 months. My boy, he actually had surgery because he was on scholarship and he was on the track team. And he said his recovery took about 10 months. But he said the reason why he had surgery is because the athletic program was pushing for him to have surgery since he was a scholarship athlete. So they just wanted to get him back to competing form as quickly as possible. But nonetheless, I stuck with my gut, which was not to have surgery, and hence my excitement, as to where I'm at, given like a natural recovery journey. But what's crazy is not crazy, but what's so beautiful is that the body truly works wonders if you treat it right. My brother, actually, he also told me that he tore his Achilles while he was living in New Jersey a couple years back. But this guy's different. He said he didn't even wear a boot. He didn't even go to a doctor. And I was like, how did you know you tore your Achilles? He was like, because I know. He was like, all my friends, I was explaining it to all my friends, and they were telling me that it was an Achilles pop. I was like, how long were you in pain? He said, man, I was struggling with this for a whole year. Then I said, well, what were you doing in the meantime? He said, what I would do is I would wrap my foot, with, I guess, wrap that he would buy from Walgreens. And, just try to keep it as compressed as possible. He said at no point did he do a boot, no point did he seek medical attention. At no point did he get professional advice. He just was like, I'm just gonna let it heal, and he dealt with it for for a year. So half of that is education, half of that is access to healthcare. So unfortunately, it's something that a lot of people deal with. But yeah, I'm just super excited that this journey is going according to plan. I'm super excited that there are no setbacks at this current moment. I'm praying that there are no setbacks in the future. And like I said, I'm only documenting this journey. Well, not only, but I mainly started documenting this journey because I didn't find too much information that was useful. Information that was modern, up to date about natural recoveries and the timetable. So I decided to document my own and allow this recovery to be a resource for somebody else. So I'll keep you guys updated until next time. And, I'll give you another week update when physical therapy starts next week. See you guys.